Good morning, sunshines. Happy Tuesday. Starting our sunrise chat on a Tuesday this week, not a Monday. And I'll tell you why in a second. Welcome back to Room for Sunshine. Okay, welcome back. My name is Alyssa. So normally this podcast is Mondays and Thursdays, and today is a Tuesday. And the reason for that is I've been working a lot. I decided to go take a 24-hour holiday on an island nearby off of Bali. And so in my head, I was like, okay, I'm prepared. I'm going to record this episode, bring my laptop, edit it on the island. I get to the island, no Wi-Fi. Go to 4 different cafes to try and edit the episode together. Not that anyone asked why this episode is coming out on a Tuesday, but I'm just telling you anyways. Transparency. Finally get to a cafe with enough Wi-Fi, and as I'm watching the episode, I realized it kind of sucked. And I don't want to give you crappy content because that's a waste of your time. So I decided a day later was better if the content was better. Hopefully it's better. Let's jump in. So in this 24-hour little window vacation that I just had, I actually got to meet a lot of solo travelers who were bopping around. I went to this island called Nusa Lembongan. I'm definitely messing up the accent. But I went to this little island that's about an hour away from Bali. And it's a very popular spot for people to pass through. It's kind of on one of those lists of when in Indonesia, when in Bali, visit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's somewhere in that list of 10. And I had never been before. So I was like, okay, this is a great opportunity to go see something new, have a little 24 hours of recharge. And I ended up meeting a lot of different people at different cafes. And there was this same story that kept repeating over and over with all of these solo travelers that I was meeting, which was the idea of slow living versus fast living. What I mean by this is about 50% of the people that I met were in this fast living track, as in they have a 10-day vacation or a 2-week vacation, and they just decide, I am going to see 150 things. Boom, 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 boom. And what happens with that, the pro is obviously you get to see and experience more, but the con is you're seeing and experiencing more, but at probably a much lower quality because you're going for quantity over quality. And then the slow living people, it was actually a slow living person who brought this concept up to me. The slow living people are seeing a lot less, however, they're really present and just being there in wherever that is. So the slow living people were spending 5 to 6 days on this small island, whereas the fast moving people were spending 1 to 2. And the important thing for me, the important takeaway from that was, how do we find balance between slow and fast living in life in general, not just when we're traveling? Traveling is a great example of this to me because right off the bat, you know, it's the perfect container to be able to see how much do I want to see, how much do I want to accomplish in a specific amount of time. And so on a vacation, I think you can understand a little bit more, am I a slow living or fast living person? You know, am I the person who has a full itinerary and wants to see all the Instagram hotspots? Or am I the person who goes, I'm going to plant and root myself here for a week and just really get to know the 4 beaches that are here, the 4 restaurants that are here, and not need to move in order to witness. But for those of you who are not even traveling, I think this can apply universally to all of us as a way of finding balance between fast living and slow living. The thing that comes to mind for me is that if you're living in a major city, we've spoken about this a little bit before on the podcast, but the natural environment is very yang. It's very fast moving. And so I would say naturally for a lot of us who come from those communities, fast living is sort of in our nature, and slow living can be really uncomfortable. And then vice versa. For people who grew up in mountain towns and tropical islands, slow living is really probably the quality of life, and fast living feels really foreign. To me, the important thing to think about this week is in any environment, how can we create a balance between fast living and slow living? The reason that I want to even bring awareness to finding this balance is because oftentimes when I see people here or I speak to people, they're like, oh, I just need a vacation. I just need to relax. I'm so busy all the time. Or I meet people who become really lazy and complacent because they're just in super chill mode. And neither of these are a bad place to be, you know. There's value in both sides of that coin. But I think what's really useful is to understand how to live slowly and how to live quickly. Because if you can learn to do it on your own, you can relate with both people to a bigger degree. And that's what I always come back to time and time again is how can we relate to more people? How can we connect to one another more? And as I was sitting with the slow living travelers, I really resonated because I was like, my life has shifted into more slow living in terms of not having a plan every time I travel, just wandering and being content. Even on this trip, I had recommendation lists that were so long that I didn't even touch because I just wanted to walk out of my homestay, be on the beach, have a smoothie, sleep, beach, sleep. That was it. And simultaneously, with fast living, I would say that my work life is fast living, you know, and that's what keeps me motivated and inspired, and it pushes me to grow. And so this week, my challenge for you is to see if you can find the happy medium between fast living and slow living. And maybe what that means is one day is a fast living day where everything is in that constant go mode. You know, if that's your day where you're getting errands done and you have work drinks and you have a date and you have all of the things to do and it's like that full day, awesome. But then can you counter that with a slow living day where maybe you just stay in one spot at one park or one beach and you put down the phone and you get lost for a little bit in time and space. And so really all of this is just a way to say finding more balance between fast and slow, and then starting to find enjoyment, if we can, between the fast and the slow. I think that can be the most challenging part is we resist the thing that makes us uncomfortable, but if we can learn to enjoy that thing or find value in that thing, all of a sudden we've opened up a whole new realm of possibility. And so once again, happy Tuesday. The good news is it means that our Thursday chat is only 2 days away, so we'll be back Thursday evening for more. My name was Alyssa. Hope your week is off to a great start. Tomorrow's already hump day, so I'm not sure what to say to that. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you Thursday on Room for Sunshine.